Shut up and sit down. Shut up and sit down.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to another episode of Build, Paint, Play. I'm Dave.
Greetings, programs. I am Jake. Dave and I are back after a long week at PAX Unplugged in Philadelphia.
Woohoo! I was going to say mine was fairly short. It was only like 72 hours, but
Oh, I was there from Wednesday until Monday morning.
Monday. Yeah, you stretched it out. But regardless, it was long and exhausting and lots of fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was good. It was good seeing everybody. Like, that's a buddy of mine explained it, and he kind of summed it up. He was like, out of all the shows that he does that are the big shows like PAX East, PAX Unplugged, PAX West, Gen Con, he was like, this is the most chill.
Right.
And I was like, really? It's a big show. He goes, it is, but like, there's nothing. He goes, it's the show at the end of the year. He goes, so there's nothing at the show that you haven't seen before. So there's no like, oh, I gotta like fight through a crowd to get to, you know, the X booth to get the thing that's just coming out. And he's like, it's almost like Origins, that you can like play a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of like open play, and there's a lot of like gaming stuff going on in the halls. So he was like, it's a lot. He's like, I don't feel like my schedule is packed full of like, well, I got to do this at 1, and then I have to do this at 3, and then I have this at 4:30. He's like, it's very much like I guess I'll swing by that booth and check out that thing, and then later on at 3, I guess I'll try to play some role-playing games. And I was like, oh, okay. So
The more of a relaxed schedule. Well, that's good.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, let's say hi to some folks. Scott is here. Josh is here. Josh Sawyer. Howdy. Brent has joined us. Hey, Brent.
What's going on, Brent? Brent, at some point you got to call me, man. We got to catch up. I got some crazy stuff for you.
Kat is here as well. Hi, Kat. That's Kat Swift. Oh, fantastic. Josh says, entertain me while I paint Trench Crusade.
Nice.
We'll do that. Josh Potter is here as well, saying that he will sit down anyway. Yeah, I can't imagine you're doing the shutting up part. That's okay. And Dave Hummel is here as well. Greetings, gentle beings. Fantastic. Oh, Josh also says he was in a Trench Crusade today, mud and muck, running 100 feet of conduit and installing wire, and it rained, of course. Boo.
I mean, less awesome.
Yep. And hello to Mark Maxey, who's joined us as well.
I actually talked to David on the phone today. I got him hooked up with his Crux Terminatus.
What, like his official one that he's gonna
no, it's the GW box. It was
all right, okay.
It came out a couple weeks ago, and he had asked me to hold him one, so I held one, and then we got it out to him today. So
fantastic. Excellent. Dave says he is sitting at work screening bags. Whee!
Awesome.
Nice. Glad that you could join us quickly in between bag screening. So definitely good. And hooray, back to work. But cool. Yeah, it'll be a little bit of an odd one tonight, I think, because I am totally exhausted.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it takes a lot out of you. I think the weirdest thing is, thanks, David. That's very kind. I think the weirdest thing was the fact that even though I worked this show,
Yep.
um, my schedule didn't feel as full as it normally does. But even with that, like much of a break, it was still like exhausting. I think the train ride, I think, is what did it. I think normally I plan my travel day so that my travel day is usually not crazy.
Right.
So when we go to Adepticon, for example, I don't really need to be there for setup unless I'm working at a booth, which the last couple of years I haven't. So my big travel is as long as I get there by Wednesday evening for sneak peeks, like that's really the only thing I have. So typically I fly in kind of late morning, early afternoon, so it's kind of chill, and then I'll go and drop stuff off and then walk around and say hi to people and see if anybody needs any help. And then by the end of the night, everybody's kind of set up, and then we go to the sneak peek, and then it's kind of a nice, easy way to like ease into the week.
Yep.
Whereas like this was not that. Like I got on a train on Wednesday morning, and when I say Wednesday morning, I mean like I was up and out of the house by like before 6. So that is not normal for me. And I usually don't sleep good before a show anyways. And if I have to get up early, I'm almost like more like, oh, like I'm more worried about like I can't oversleep, so I don't sleep well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so being up at the crack of dawn to then get on a train, and then the train was fine. Like the 6-hour train ride it wasn't bad. And we got there.
You don't have to go through the whole thing just yet.
Yeah, it was just it. But I think that started me off weird, so that the rest of the show I constantly felt like I was playing catch up.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, we've got all the photos. I don't know
for sure. I don't think I took any photos of the train.
How you like if you spill all the beans, but
sure.
One thing I didn't get a photo of that I need to remember to tell folks about was something that I saw in one of the hallways at PAX, and it was kind of crazy, but it was just two people sitting down, like cross-legged on the floor, on the wall behind, or sort of on the wall between them, next to them, was a sign that said, "Tell me about your player character."
Sure.
And of the two people, like there was one guy who was just talking and telling the other person about his player character.
Yep, that's how that works.
And I was looking around, like none of this it wasn't being recorded. It wasn't like the Lucy from Peanuts psychiatrist booth.
Sure.
Pay $1 to talk about your character. It was just like somebody was just there listening to everybody talk about their character. It was like, that's really cool. That's nice that somebody's taken the time to do that.
For sure.
Yeah, it was wild. I've not seen that before. Anyway,
let's roll. Let's
do it. We will do that. We will do that.
I mean, I know for your hobby, I know you were painting at the booth, the Game Envy booth all week. For my hobby, I finished one of my books.
Cool. Which one did you finish?
Praetorian of Dorn.
Okay. And
really good.
What's the next one you're working on?
I haven't chosen yet. I got to pick something out of my pile.
Okay. Do you think you're going to do?
I'll probably not do a Games Workshop book next.
Okay, right here.
Because I have about the same number of like GW stuff versus non-GW stuff. So I'll probably do like every other. Like so far, I did that one Pariah, and now Praetorian of Dorn, and now I'll do another one of the random ones, and then I'll do something else. I actually just realized I'm missing. I don't know if I'll be able to read the Caiaphas Cain books. I'm missing Vainglorious.
Okay.
I thought I had it. I think it's in stock. I think I can order it, but I was like, oh man, I can't read the two that I have. They come after Vainglorious. So.
Oh, okay. So you have to switch those out.
Yep.
But do you think you'll read Double Eagle and then Interceptor City, one after the other?
Yeah. I'll probably do that because they're technically it's a sequel. So yeah. I'll probably do that. But
yeah. Timing wise, though, it's like a sequel set 20 years later.
Yeah, I also picked up oh God, what is it called? It's the other one about hang on, I got it right here. Let me find it.
While you're looking for that, Scott says, if you parked a white van with "Come tell me about your player character" outside the con, you probably could have bagged an infinite amount of nerds.
Yeah, probably, or at least however many fit in the van. I picked up this.
All right. Yep.
So I'll probably do this after another book. You know what I mean? So I'll do those two we just talked about, and then I'll read another random one, and then I'll switch to this.
Yep. Cool. Dave Hummel says he got the Saturn 9 box this week, and now the Crux box. 3 books and a single model from GW. I'm good for the next 3 months.
Nice.
Yep. There we go. Luis has joined us as well.
What's up, Luis?
Oh, and looks like Mark's on repeat with Haya.
Yep.
Cool. So we're going to jump into it?
Yeah, let's go.
One thing folks might have noticed is that I have moved the logos to the other side of the screen. Feels
yep. As per the request of our video person.
Yes, I was like, oh, okay. I had a little bit of time this afternoon. I squeezed it in, pushed it over. But I hope that is going to work okay for you, Corey.
Yeah, so they're over here now.
Oh, the other way.
Oh, on my screen they're over here.
Yeah, that's your screen. Here we go. Next up, present. I'll get there in a minute. I'm telling you, so tired, sleepy.
Scott, dark water. Do you mean dark tide?
No, dark water. The Warhammer Quest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If anybody wants this,
yep,
please message me. We are not planning on. We have a couple I've already ordered for customers, but we are not planning on ordering a lot of this, and I know it's limited. So if anybody wants the complete set, if not from me, check with your local store and make sure that they order it because it is limited.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it is a crazy deal. I forget the amount of money it saves. I think it saves you like $180
on all the. If you were to buy everything.
If you were to buy, because it's all the war paints. The Fanatic. It's all of the washes.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about Warhammer Quest Dark Water.
No, we're talking about this on the screen. I mean, if you want Dark Water, absolutely message me as well. But like, this is for the Army Painter complete war paints collection. So it is all the war paints Fanatic colors. It's all of the effects. Which is the green caps. It's all of the shades and tones, which are the red caps. It's all of the metallics, which are the black caps. It is a crazy amount of paint.
Right. So it's everything but the air and speed paint line.
Correct.
Right. That is a crazy amount of paint.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yep. Excellent. So yeah, you could order them from Jake. You can order them from your local store. You could also head to the armypainter.com. I think there's a link down below. And use our code BPD5 to get 5% off.
Which is awesome. That'll save you another 5% off of it. And that box, like I said, it's already a phenomenal deal.
Yeah. But a big thank you to the Army Painter for being our season sponsor and for having us part of the Army Painter factory team.
For sure.
Now we can talk about getting up really early.
Yeah, so this is that's my suitcase on the left with my backpack and my Dunkin' Donuts ready to go.
I do just have to ask, how far is the train station from your house?
So it's not that far, but we had to do a bunch of stuff in the morning. I was trying to help my wife get stuff prepared with me leaving.
Right.
So I got up really early with her and we were running around doing stuff and then left and came here. It's probably like maybe a half hour.
Okay. Right, yeah.
But you know, it was a weekday and Lark was worried we'd hit like rush hour traffic and stuff. So we left a little bit early, but I mean, we were up and out like early. Yeah. And then, on the right, we were, playing Magic Commander at one of the cafe cars, which have tables. So it was me, Bree, who we've had on the show a couple weeks ago, and then her husband Brian. So that's where we started. We started in like this sort of like 2 seats or 4 seats facing each other.
Yep.
And we were there for the first like probably 3 or 4 hours, and then switched to the cafe seats for the end.
Right.
It wasn't bad though. It wasn't bad.
Cool. Excellent.
But they were great. They were great travel buddies. Like we had a lot of fun, and it was pretty chill.
And if anybody is wondering, that's what Jake's hair looks like when it's not up.
Yeah, I basically was wearing a winter cap and like I was like, I'm not gonna put my hair up. I'm gonna try to sleep on the train. So
Excellent.
Obviously,
this is when you got to.
Yeah, so on the left, this is really funny. So Goodknack is a card game that's almost like it plays almost like a versus tower defense. So you have a grid and you take cards out of your deck and you put them down. And the cards are almost like units where they have different values. So you make a first row, like there's kind of like your flag that you're protecting. And then you can fill cards into the first row, and there's 3 rows. And then you can put stuff into the second rank. And then you can put stuff into the first rank, and then your rank goes against your opponent's rank, and then cards get flipped and removed. So it's a really fun game. Ben found it at I think PAX East and backed it, and then went and talked to those guys. I just thought that their banner was really funny. This was like wrapped around one of the big columns out in front of the actual vendor hall. So it says Goodknack. So it says Goodknack, which is pronounced Goodknack. It means war in the Orcish language, is an expandable card game with easy to learn rules and deeply strategic gameplay. Unlike many other card games, it is played with square cards. Well, I guess the cards are also rectangles. My geometry teacher, Miss Murciato, would be very upset if I didn't mention that she was very particular about the way that we referred to squares. Something about it being her job, and I swear to God, if you kids can I never get to remember the fact that squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares from now on. How on earth am I going to get you to remember anything in life? He goes, in retrospect, I think she might have been going through something. Goodknack is a card game that you should try over PAX Unplugged. Like, it was just really funny. Chris O'Neill, who we also had on the show, Chris said he read that, and that quote alone made him be like, I'm going to have to buy that game.
Yeah, buy that game.
I was like...
Fantastic.
The thing I really like about their logo is you can flip it and you can read it either way.
Yep.
Which is kind of neat. And then that middle photo, that's our buddy Kevin on the left. You can see the bill of his hat sticking out from Goonhammer. And somebody randomly he was playing with, and they were playing Great Helm. So I sent this to Malev, and he was like, "Are you kidding me? There's people playing Great Helm at PAX." I was like, I was just walking by and I saw it and I took a photo. So he was really psyched about that. Yeah. And then on the right, we went to the barcade, and I ended up getting I set the 6th high score on Discs of Tron, which is like a super old retro game that I love. But I was pretty stoked about that. And then upstairs they had this Iron Maiden pinball machine, which kind of made my night. That was really fun.
Yeah. Awesome. That's cool. I arrived a little bit after Jake, so things are going to be a little bit out of sequence here. But this was on the walk to my Airbnb. There was a crazy little Christmas village through a park that was all lit up with fairy lights, which is pretty cool. It was fun. There were families sort of hanging out, drinking hot chocolate, enjoying the Christmas music. But yeah.
There was a whole bunch of Christmas Village stuff that was getting set up while we were there, and it was all supposed to go live, I think, on Sunday.
The
like the Christmas market.
Yeah, the Christmas market, which is this is like probably about a mile east of the Christmas market.
Okay.
But yeah, the Christmas market I think went live on Saturday night.
Okay. Yeah, it was all downtown. They were like setting up some of it, and
yeah, that was all good. This is something they had downtown as well on Saturday night. Ice rink out there.
Nice. I didn't see that.
This was at the side of the town hall. Kind of town hall.
It must have been on
whole area.
It must have been on one of the sides I didn't go by.
Right. Yeah.
It's like I kept cutting by there to go back to the hotel, but I was only crossing the same side each time.
Yeah, you're probably crossing on the east side. This is on the west side of it.
All right.
But yeah, I did like that the cabin over here was called the Mothman cabin.
Nice.
It probably isn't, but I like to think that it was Mothman cabin.
Maybe.
Yeah. And I spotted good old Ben Franklin talking with Thomas Jefferson.
Is that Jefferson? It looks a lot like Washington.
It's not. It's Jefferson.
All right.
That's what it had on the. Well, that's what I had on the plaque down at the bottom, anyway.
I mean, I believe you if that's what it says, but I mean, that looks like George in profile on the $1.
Yeah. Yep. That's true. But yeah, when I saw it, the person I was walking past with, I said, "Dude, PAX is definitely this way."
Thomas is having a tough time reading his folded up map.
Yeah. No. He is. And
that's awesome.
I got to walk back and forth to my Airbnb each evening, and this was a really cool mural on one of the buildings. Something that Philly has definitely gone in for in recent years is huge murals on the side of buildings.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. So I had to try and stick my camera close as possible to the chain link fence.
Nice.
Yeah, it was definitely good.
What is that, like a 4-story building, I think? 1, 2,
5?
3, 4. Yeah, it's it might be bigger than that. It's 4 or 5.
50 or 60 feet tall.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And there we are.
Yeah, there's me, Dave, and that's Corey. Corey is our I guess our video / like content manager for us. She's doing a great job. She's handling. If you guys message anybody on pretty much anything other than Facebook, it's probably Corey answering that.
Yeah. And if you've seen a whole bunch of the reels that are like snippets of the show on Instagram or Facebook, that's Corey as well, putting those together for us. So definitely super cool. Thanks very much, Corey. It was cool to catch up with you. Corey was working for Restoration Games at the show, running a bunch of demos. I think this time we caught her when she was just wrapping up some Thunder Road.
Yep.
So excellent. Of course, with the Army Painter booth.
Yeah, there's me over in the corner with Kat talking to some guy looking at paints.
Yep. There he is, just there. And there we are.
Nice. Yeah, Kat's the best. We always try to like go over and say hi to them. And I kept swinging by and making sure they had like drinks and stuff, and they were in a good spot.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to grab lunch with Kat on Friday, I think. So we went and ate at the Reading Terminal Market.
That place is good. There's a lot of good restaurants in there.
There are a ton of options in Reading Terminal Market. If you're ever in Philadelphia, make sure you head to the Reading Terminal Market. So many different things.
It was awesome.
Saturday was insanely busy. I had lunch at a place called Bow and Bun. And it was just it was a fairly short line for ordering, but there was a long line for waiting to pick up.
Yeah.
But there would have been thousands of people in that building on Saturday.
Scott, nobody, because Rocky's not real.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't see them running the streets. There were a lot of people running the streets because this weekend.
Yeah, there was the marathon on Sunday.
Yeah, the Philadelphia Marathon on Sunday, the half marathon, and an 8K race, I think, were on Saturday. And then Friday, of course, was everybody signing up for it. So that all took place. All the sign up and all the pre stuff took place in the same building that PAX was in. But yes, Cat Swift says anyone named Cat is great. Absolutely. And then, of course, Caleb as well.
That's a good one.
Had to catch up with him, which was awesome. It was funny. We were chatting on Saturday about traveling and going to Europe. And I said, "Oh yeah, I love. Talked about a trip that I did in like a long time ago, 32 years ago, and how much I enjoyed Barcelona. And today I get a text from Caleb with a photo of the Sagrada Familia in Barcelona, and he said, "It said, guess where I am." And I said, "What the hell? What are you doing there?" He said, "I missed my flight on Monday, so he had to go up to JFK, and it was like, oh, look, there's like cheap flights to Barcelona." So he is spending the week in Barcelona.
Good for him. That's awesome.
Friday. So yeah, definitely cool. So I said, take lots of photos when you go and check out the Sagrada Familia tomorrow.
Yeah, Sagrada Familia is one of those churches, like it's impressive. Like it is a, like Sagrada Familia, Notre Dame Cathedral, and probably St. Peter's Basilica are like the three craziest churches like imaginable.
Yeah. But great stuff. There's a pic of me at the Game Envy booth. I got to spend.
This is basically what Dave did. So Kit in the background and his partner, they were busy slinging stuff all day, and Dave just hung out and used up table space and painted models.
I spoke to so many people about wet palettes, about brushes, about lights. The number of people I toured through that light, who I got to go like show them how to turn on the light and the temperature of the light, the darkness and the brightness of the light. I got to go through the whole thing. I did a bunch of times, and I talked to people about painting as well, and about books.
Nice.
So it was definitely good. Sold a whole bunch of books as well.
Dude, as soon as I get back, there's another order for another copy of Anna Polancik's book at my store.
I'm telling you.
I told Dave, I was like, was this a mistake? He goes, no. He goes, I don't know how we did it. He goes, I knew that you were getting one for the other guy from a couple weeks ago. He goes, and somebody placed another order literally on like Monday.
Right. Yep.
And I was like, well, I'll have to call Kit because I got to do a restock anyways.
Yep. But yeah, it was definitely cool. It's always cool hanging out with Kit and Derek. And the guy that Kit is talking to in the back of the picture there is Andrew. Met him for the first time this weekend. He's originally from Philly. I think he lives out in California at the moment. But yeah, cool guy. Lots of fun conversations about painting. So that's where I am out most of the weekend.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely good. I got 4 miniatures painted as well. So that was good. I'll show this a little bit later. I think what we've got next is just a whole bunch of booths that we saw at the show.
This is Brian, who we've had on the show, and in the purple hat with his back to us, that's Alan, who we had on a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
Brian's booth was like, it was busy like all the time. For people who don't remember, he makes a game called Plunderlust, which is a card game, but his big one is Vast Grim. Vast Grim is essentially like a sci-fi, like sort of like horror survival Mork Borg reskin. I didn't know this. He was the first person to reskin Mork Borg in like another game.
Oh, okay.
Like Mork Borg came out, it was released by Free League and Modifius. It's a Free League title, and then he licensed it and then released his game. So
right. Excellent.
But yeah, he was Alan said he was pretty consistently busy all week.
Yeah. But yeah, so loads of essentially role-playing games and zines, and loads of adventures. So each of these over here is a different
yeah. Where's your favorite in there, Dave?
Oh, sorry. Where was it? I can't spot it. Was it this one? Yeah, this one here.
Yeah. So
that was the Cult of the Hadron Lamb.
And Lamb is an acronym.
Yeah. I'm not sure what it was an acronym for, but there was a picture of a lamb on the cover, so I liked it. But we'll definitely have to check it out a little bit more. Yeah. But so yeah, it was great to see catch up with Brian. We ended up having pizza with Brian and his crew on Sunday night. Yep,
that was the last day. And then Dave took off to walk off the pizza and get to the train station.
Yeah, I had to book it. It was about a mile and a half I thought it was maybe 2 miles, about 1.5 miles to the train station, but I made it in time, thankfully. But yeah, it was very cool to catch up with those guys. It was just
so the guy in the hat on the right,
yep,
facing us. That is my buddy Matt. Everybody knows him as Matt Fantastic, but that's Matt. So he owns a company called Forever Stoked, and they make a handful of games. And him and his business partner Trish, who I don't think is in that photo.
Trish, no,
that's not Trish. She might be. She could be behind somebody. Trish is not very tall, so she could be behind that rack for all I know. But Trish is great. So Trish is super organized. She and I hang out at a lot of the trade shows we go to. So when we go to like Gamma and we go to like ACD Expo and Alliance Open House, like we usually kind of hang out because our stores are have very different kind of demographics. So I'll walk around with her and she'll point out a lot of like small mini games and party games and like kind of adventure like board games that are really, really popular. And then I'll help her by pointing out like paint and supplies and like mini tabletop stuff. Just because like they carry that stuff, but she's not into it. So she doesn't know it that well. And vice versa. Like I don't know a lot of the more casual is the wrong word, but like a lot of the kind of like less complicated, like fun party games and social games, like those are not something that I typically lean into. So it's really fun. We get to kind of like share knowledge when we walk around and point stuff out. So that's always a good time. But that's her and Matt on Forever Stoked.
excellent.
Plus he has an amazing Punch Nazis t-shirt, which I cannot get enough of.
Excellent. Josh asked, what style of pizza does Philly go for? I would say more the New York style.
Yeah, it was New York style.
Yeah. So yeah, nice and thin, large and thin. But cool.
Dave, I don't know if I dwarf her. If she's 6 feet tall, she's
right.
you know. So I wanted to get a shot to show people how busy it was. So that whole right hand side, that's like the lane, and it is just a wall of bodies that goes all the way down.
Yep.
And then there's another lane like to the right of that. But so I got a picture of this because the sort of the chess piece logo in the middle.
Yep.
That's my friend Devin's. He owns a board game cafe in Brookline, Mass, called Game Night, and their whole kind of business model is the complete opposite of mine. So they are a game cafe. So they sell like coffee and like I don't know. I don't think they do prepared. They do prepared stuff.
Right.
They don't make stuff. So they do like coffee and stuff. And then the idea is that you rent table space and they have a board game library, and you can either pay to rent games to take out a library, or you can have a membership, and then you can just go and you just pay for your table time, but you can grab whatever games you want. You get a discount on your tables. You get a discount on like coffee and stuff. But he's really good. And so what he'll do is he'll partner up with other small businesses that want to show off games, and he'll kind of let them, just like at his store, he'll let them kind of have tables at his booth where you can play all these new games, and he rotates them. So if you kind of see the big kind of white board on the left side, it says like 10 to 2 and then like 2 to 6. So there were certain games you could like play and try out. But it's a really cool concept, and Devin's a super nice guy. But yeah, that's his booth. It's always busy. He does a big thing at Gamma where he works with oh God, what's the program? It's like it's almost like a grant program to help like indie designers like get stuff out there.
Okay.
It's like a creative grant program.
Unpub? No.
Yeah, but it's like Unpub, but it's a separate thing. And they I can't think of the name. I feel really bad, but like you can enter it, and if you win, they'll basically give you free publicity and free like backing to try out the games and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Okay. Awesome. That's cool.
So this is Alex on the left, and that's Gray. And they were obviously at the Warzone booth for Nova. They were busy. Like when I went over and saw them on the last day, they had basically sold through every single starter that they had and all the big monsters. So like all the Resides, all the bigger, scarier, like Why am I spacing out the name? The bad guys, Algaroth. All the big Algaroth monsters were all sold out. And they were down to I would guess they had less than 24 boxes left of like random stuff.
Right.
But
nice.
Good for them. And they're also doing the thing. We had your buddy on from Trenchworks a couple weeks ago. They're doing the snap trays.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that was kind of cool.
All of that for them.
Yeah, that was pretty neat.
So also they're in the, I guess Alex is in the transition period of moving everything to, well, Transatlantis, I guess. Transatlantis Games are the distributor now, I guess, or the producer distributor.
Yeah, I don't know the actual mechanics behind it. So I don't know if he has if it's a publishing deal with them or if it's a distribution deal with them.
Yeah. Not exactly sure, but
yeah, Alex is kind of excited to kind of like take his hands off the wheel.
Yeah. He's been working hard at this for quite a lot of years to get it. But no, it's great that sort of finally to that point. I went out to dinner with these guys on Friday night.
Nice.
I think previously, sort of Alex's approach has been, we'll leave the convention center, walk out into Chinatown, which is right there next to the convention center in Philly, and walk down the street and find, basically go into the first place that has a table open that will accommodate as many people as he's got with him.
Sound.
Last year we ended up at a place called Jade Harbor, which had fantastic soup dumplings. So this year the vote was, let's not just walk down the street and wait until we find a place. Let's just go straight to Jade Harbor. So we did that as well. And while I met them there while I was waiting outside. I saw Greg and Meredith from Turbo Dork, and Bree and Brian and a few other folks.
And they ended up coming back and getting dinner with you, I heard.
Yeah. They walked up to me and said, "Oh, where are you eating, Dave?" And I said, "Oh, I'm going to be eating here at Jade Harbor." And Meredith was like, "It has terrible reviews. We're not eating there." And so they tried to go to the dumpling place across the street, couldn't get in, and we were seated by the time that they sort of walked in and went upstairs. And then afterwards, they were like, "I'm so glad we listened to you, Dave. It was great."
Yeah, we eat in Chinatown. We ate in Chinatown twice. We went to a place called Luscious Dumplings the first night because Bree had been like dreaming about their soup dumplings like since last year.
Yeah.
And then it was so good when her boss got into town the next day or 2 days later, we went back. It was awesome. Chinatown is super fun. There's a bunch of like great restaurants and really fun stores, and we had a good time there. Scott wanted to know if there are any hobby classes and painting camps and mini games. Hobby-wise, how's the great LV or Nova? So there are things you can sign up for. As far as I know, I don't think there's any painting classes. There's a GW Paint and Take.
There are painting classes. Yep.
There are?
Yep.
Okay. Well, Scott, there are. So apparently it is definitely not as intense as like LVO or Nova or Adepticon. There's a handful. At least there was when I think I did something a couple years ago with Rick.
Yeah.
But it's not like,
I would say it's not a cohesive program.
Yeah.
Not everything is sort of under the auspices of one person or one department.
Yeah.
It's fairly ad hoc. And there's not a lot of coordination between those different elements.
That's fair.
But there are some classes. There is a painting competition. I entered last year. I didn't enter this year. I did chat with one of the judges this year, Matt Cantor. And we've got some photos coming up of the painting competition and some of the other bits and pieces. But yeah, we'll show you those in a minute.
Nice. I did not know that there was a painting competition. In terms of like painting camps or mini games,
he says painting comps. You're reading it as camps.
Painting comps. Okay. So in terms of mini games, like there's tons of stuff to play, but there's not like, as far as I know, there's not like a big tournament scene. Like some of the smaller card games, like they'll do tournaments, and people who are there specifically, like I know a couple years ago they did. Oh God, what's that game called? Android Netrunner. So Netrunner is essentially a dead game, or it has been for the last like 7 years. It's one of those games that like has a diehard following. It's like if you go to Adepticon, there's guys playing like Mordheim and Battlefleet Gothic. Like there's just a fan community that keeps the game alive. So I know that at Gen Con there's a tournament that's like almost 180 people for this game, and I think that in the past they've done stuff here at PAX Unplugged. There is a new company that's trying to get Netrunner back. I think they licensed it and they're making a new game now, but they're pretty small. But in terms of like, there's not like a 40K tournament and an Age of Sigmar tournament. Like that's not really what the show is. It's more like
there are other tournaments though, Jake. There are,
but he keeps asking if you're like Nobler LVO. They're not. It is not like those.
No, it's not focused on tournaments. No, definitely not.
Yeah,
but there are others that are like Legions and Shatterpoint, Marble Crisis Protocol.
Yeah, I was gonna say anything that's Asmodee, because Asmodee has a pretty big footprint there. So their games, they do a lot of supported stuff. I know that there was a Magic tournament, things like that. But in terms of like wargaming stuff that you would normally see at the big ones we keep mentioning, it's not really that kind of show.
Yeah.
Oh, this is our buddies at Avantris. Avantris makes a game called Crooked Moon, which is now on D&D Beyond, I believe. So it is I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like a creepy, think like creepy folktale-y kind of setting for Dungeons and Dragons. Very clever, very cool. It has a lot of dark stuff in it, but also a little bit of like, there's a little bit of like lightheartedness to it as well. But very clever, very well done. And they got Chris and his whole team for Avantris, like super nice. And like the quality of their production stuff is really, really good. Excellent. Their rulebook is gigantic.
Really?
It is. It's like it's got to be 2 inches thick, like the rulebook.
Why?
Because it's a world guide and it's a supplement. So if you play Dungeons and Dragons, it runs in 5e, which is the Dungeons and Dragons like system. So you're buying, instead of using all the D&D books as your setting, you're buying the Avantris book, Crooked Moon, and you're running that as the setting. So it has their whole world, the whole layout, the whole kind of like skin you would lay down, and then there's also in the back, it's all of their like, their special monsters and their special items. And so it's a world book and a campaign together as one book.
Okay. It seems unusual to do that as one book, all together as one book rather than.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's a really pretty book. The art is really cool in it.
Right. Cool. The only reason I asked is that I'm going through doing some layout for another company that's doing a role-playing game. And those sort of conversations can be interesting for sure.
One of my favorite layouts, and I talk about it all the time with people, is there's a game called Degenesis. It's no longer printed, but the base book, it comes in a sleeve like the way your books did and Mel's book did, but it's double wide and it has 2 giant rule books in it. Yep. One is just background. There is no rules in that book anywhere. It is just a beautiful book full of like art and like the story and the world and maps and layout. It's super cool. And then the other one is like all the nuts and bolts of the system.
Right. Yeah. That's cool. Excellent.
Speaking of Greg and Meredith, there's Greg. Meredith, I think Meredith is over there on the right, sitting down behind Brian, talking to
Ian.
Yep. And then Bree's around somewhere.
Yeah. But I think they had a pretty good show.
Yeah. It seemed like they did, yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely cool. I had a bit of a chance to talk to Meredith and talk about Gamma, the Gamma trade show coming to Baltimore in 2027. So we were talking about places to eat in Baltimore.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was good. She was like, "Oh yeah, I went to this really cool bar that was a little bit off the beaten track, and I can't remember what it was called." And we worked it out where it was, and I was like, "Okay, if you want to go a little bit further off the beaten track, there's one street, 23rd Street, which has this, and this." And she's like, "Okay, I'll be sure to contact you about cool places to go."
Nice. Malev just jumped on. Malev, you missed it. We showed off the picture of your Your game being played. It was Kevin from Goonhammer and some person he was explaining the game to.
Yep. Excellent.
But so this is Darrington Press. So they do a lot of the Critical Role stuff. So they were showing off Daggerheart, which is the Critical Role new system and rulebook. Super pretty rulebook, really, really fun. It's like really high fantasy, really magic forward. And it uses all like, newer mechanics. Like when you play it, it's not going to feel like you're like unfamiliar. They did a really good job of like kind of scraping mechanics from like a bunch of systems that are really popular and being like, how do we kind of make this all one thing that feels kind of connected? But it's a super pretty rulebook. So they were kind of showing it off.
Excellent.
And then in the case in front of you, there's all like the cards and stuff for the system.
Cool. I do have to ask about Solar Gardens.
I have no idea. I think that's either a board game or I think that's another setting. But Darrington Press, they make a handful of board games as well. I believe it's a board game.
Right, yeah. Cool. I just love that art, the sort of futuristic architecture.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, like so the like we're looking at the booth from like the right-hand corner.
Yep.
If you cut the booth in half, all the Daggerheart stuff was on one side, and they sold a ton of it. Like that table was covered in Daggerheart, like 3 rows deep, and each pile was like 6 or 7 high, end to end, and all they have left is that little pile that's behind her.
Yep.
And then on the right, or the left rather, it was the Solar Gardens board game, because I think they have it set up to the left of this picture. And they were basically sold out. So
cool.
Or at least there was nothing there. For all I know, it could be a Kickstarter. That's why they didn't have any product, but I believe it's a board game.
Right. Okay. That's cool. Sean Gleason has joined us. We
What's
saw
going on,
Sean at the show. Hey, Sean. Welcome.
This is our friends at Chaosium. Matt Ryan, who's a friend of the show, a friend of mine. I see him at a bunch of shows. He was there doing a bunch of stuff, and they had stepped away. So you've got like Rune Quest, which is kind of classic pulp fantasy, basic role playing. That's just like the system. So if you wanted to play something else, we wanted to play it in their system, you just buy that, and it's just like the skeleton, and then you can play whatever you want on it.
Right. So Call of Cthulhu uses that system?
Yes, I think that's their core system. So it's just the guts. There's no it's like there's no Call of Cthulhu, it's just the mechanics.
There's no skin to it.
Yeah. And then Call of Cthulhu is kind of their classic. The picture they have there is kind of a classic flapper. She has her hair cut short and she has a little pendant in her hair and like a feather. That's for a game called or that's for a supplement called Berlin the Cursed City. It's a really good book. And then there's this like H.P. Lovecraft's Call of Cthulhu done like Cat in the Hat, and it's like a kid's book to introduce them to the Elder Gods. It's hilarious. Pendragon is like their sort of King Arthur, like Camelot, like high fan or high. It's I don't know if it's high fantasy. Yeah, I mean it's high fantasy. There's like wizards and stuff in it. So that's their Pendragon game. That's really cool. Again, it's Arthurian. And then again, Call of Cthulhu again is on the right. That's showing off the starter set cover art.
Right.
Call of Cthulhu is obviously their big one. That's their
Chaosium's big one. Yep.
Yeah, sure. That's kind of their main title. But Pendragon is really good, and RuneQuest is like I said, it's kind of like pulp fantasy. So it's kind of up there with like what is it, Greatsword, I think, or Zweihander, which is like a 2D. It's like a D20. You know, like when D&D came out, it was another D20 based system. But yeah, they make a lot of fun stuff. Matt is their in-house cartographer. So he makes all their like cool maps and makes sure all their distances make sense when they have like when they describe stuff about where it should be, and like he's a good dude.
How long it takes to get anywhere.
Yeah.
Cool. And speaking of Matt.
Yeah, there we go. So there's photos of Matt and I all over the internet. So for the longest time, the joke is that Matt is me in the future. He's I think he's like 15 years older than me or 12 years older than me. So something happened and he has come back in time to my time, but because he travels through time, he can't remember what the problem is. So we're trying to figure it out. So Adriel at the 9th level booth she bought a Polaroid camera at a yard sale, and the film has obviously degraded. So she took this photo and it's all faded out. And Chris was running around telling everybody that like in Back to the Future, like something is wrong and Matt and I are fading. We have to fix the future. Like
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was a good time. But no, this photo's hilarious.
When I met Matt at the show, it was just like, oh my god, it's you from the future.
It's wild, huh? Like, I mean, he like it's not, we don't look like identical, but we look enough alike that you would assume that we're related. Like he's like my uncle or my older cousin or something. There's been so many shows where people have come up to me and talked to me at length, and then they'll keep talking about projects and Cthulhu, and I'm like, I know those, I'm familiar with them, so I'll just kind of go along, and then finally they'll ask me a question about like projects I'm working on, and then they'll realize that I'm not Matt. And then I've also had Matt's told me people have followed him across the hall yelling my name, and obviously he doesn't respond, and then he'll get somewhere and then they'll go, oh, I thought you were Jake, and we both laugh about it now, but for a long time we didn't know each other. But super nice guy. He's a really good dude.
Excellent. Yes.
Yeah, Sean gets it. It is like it's like the early 90s with the Chaosium booth. They have a lot of like classic stuff.
Absolutely.
Cthulhu definitely uses like he uses one of the old like 1920s phones. It's like the one you have to pick up and you have to turn the crank and then you talk to the operator and you tell her what number you want.
Right.
Operator 617, and then she connects you. Like that's 100%.
Okay. You don't think it's like a Nokia brick phone?
I don't think so. I don't think he's that modern.
Okay. Right. I just thought it would be something like very indestructible like him.
I mean, when he upgrades, he'll probably get like a BlackBerry.
Okay, ready.
So he can text with all of his tentacles. Like that'd be great.
Sure. Yeah. Speed texting. Excellent.
Friends of the show, BattleTech. So their booth was big. So there was a bunch of people in front, so I held my camera up. So on the right, they're doing a live stream event. They have a little like studio kind of set up. That's where it says like BattleTech to the right, and there's like screens and stuff. And then their whole booth kind of wraps around like an L around that.
Right.
But it was weird. None of like the core staff was there. So like Lauren wasn't there, Randall wasn't there, their kids weren't there. Mike Ritchie was there. I don't know if you know Mike Ritchie.
I don't know.
So Mike Ritchie was the only guy well, that's not true. I knew one of the booth staffers too, but Mike Ritchie was the only guy that I knew that was like, oh, okay, Mike's here.
Right.
But
cool. And they were running demo games of a board game, yeah? Or a card game.
Say that again?
Were they running demo games of something? It wasn't Battle, though. I can't remember what it was.
So there's oh god, what's the new thing they have coming out? They have a new, I think they have a Leviathan was there, and then they also had I know the game you're talking about. There is a card game. I can't think of it.
That's good. We'll move on. Sean says he tried out Leviathan at the show.
Super cool game. Like really, really fun.
Yeah.
It's kind of like diesel punk, Victorian age flying battleships.
Right. Okay. I think that's one that they sort of had. Well, sorry, it was first shown a long time ago, right?
So it was out a long time ago. Okay. I want to say it came out. It came out before my shop was opened.
Okay.
I guess they launched it like really early on. It was one of the first titles that Catalyst did, and it almost killed them because basically they hired a company in China to make the molds, and the cool thing was when you bought the game, all the little battleships came almost like Armada or X-Wing, like fully assembled, fully painted.
Right. Okay.
Like really cool. And like you could move the turrets on the battleships and stuff. I mean, and they're like BFG ships. They're like, I think the smallest ones are like maybe 2 inches long, and the biggest ones are like 5 or 6 inches long.
Okay.
And again, all bespoke, like really nice kits, like super, super cool, fully painted, fully assembled. And then they found a new company that they were going to work with. And so Catalyst was like, hey, we'd like to put in another order. And when you send us that order, we would like you to send us the molds. And so their order showed up and they did not have the molds. So they called the company and they're like, hey, you didn't include the molds. And they're like, oh, we included all the last of your product. Like, you guys have everything that's yours. And they were like, right, but we would like the molds. And the Chinese company was like, those are ours. And Catalyst was like, no, we paid you to make those. Those belong to us. And the Chinese company took it as, no, you paid us to have them made. We did that. Those belong to us. And they were like, you can't do anything with it. It's a licensed product. But it was, I mean, we talked about this before. It was so expensive to get new molds made. They just couldn't do it. So there was a period of like, I want to say it's been like a decade since they printed it. Okay. So they did a big Kickstarter and they reprinted everything and everything's coming back out. So it's like it's not really second edition. Like from what Randall said, I think you can still use all of the stuff from the first one. But it's just like a whole new approach to it. But it's a really, really fun game.
Cool. That's good. Excellent.
Okay. JP says he saw it back at his first or second Origins, 2006, 2007 ish. That sounds about right.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Mantic were there.
Yep, that was great. They were packed the whole time. So this pile in front of us has a little bit of Flashpoint ODST, but then the small boxes in front are just Flashpoint. They have the Spartan edition, and then the pile on the far side behind that guy walking towards us with a brown paper bag.
Yep.
At the beginning of the show, both of those stacks were like almost 6 feet tall, and they were a little bit wider. And by the end, this is like first thing in the morning on
Sunday,
and that's all they had left.
Yeah,
they sold almost every single copy of ODST that they brought. That game, the Halo game is super fun, and the models are a blast.
Cool.
And that's where is he?
Blake.
Oh, Blake's back there. Blake's back there in the green t-shirt in the middle.
Right in there.
Yeah. But that game was super fun. They also had Worms. That's what they're demoing on this near table.
Okay.
That was the game that when we interviewed Ronnie, he was all like super excited about it. Like so Worms is a good time.
Yeah. That's cool. I probably should have dropped by for a demo of that game. I played that on PC at some point.
Oh yeah, it's
back in the day.
It's exactly what you think it is. Like
that was a fantastic game. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Game. So, yeah, I would love to check out the
dude. I remember we all thought Ronnie was nuts when he told us about it. He's like, I got Worms. And I remember being like, you got Worms as an IP to use? Like I don't know how that's gonna translate, but it is really fun. It's really clever. It's a fun game. You can play it with anybody, like little kids can play it. It's not hard.
Yeah. Excellent.
Oh, this is Limithron. So Limithron makes they make Pirate Borg. They have a ton of stuff. Pirate Borg is kind of their I don't say their big one, but at the moment it's like it's kind of like the favorite flavor.
Is it like their flagship?
It is not. Well done. But it's definitely featured. Like if you look across the back,
yeah.
Like if you see the guy in the backpack, so it says Pirate Borg, and then I can't read that green one, and then it says Pirate Borg, and then there's the green supplement one, and then there's two other ones on that side. But no, Pirate Borg does really well for them.
Yeah. And
we're friends with a couple of guys at Limithron.
At the on Sunday afternoon, right before the end of the show, they had a huge crowd around there. That they were, I think they must have been doing some giveaways, but massive crowd at the end of the show.
Yeah, all their stuff is really fun.
Yeah, and they had that cool mast and sails in the center of their booth. But it was good.
This is Mythic Americas. Now it's Mythic Earth. They've expanded it. So the guy in the black t-shirt with his back to us, that is Nelson. So Nelson Martinez owns Mythicos, which is the studio, and Mythicos is also it was a chain of like 4 stores in Jersey and New York, and now I think they're down to think they have 2 locations. I think they downsized.
Okay.
But so this is their game. They own it. They used to deal with it through Warlord. I think it used to run in the Warlords of Erewhon system.
Yeah.
And now they have 2nd edition, which they have redone. It is on their own. It's its own bespoke system. It started off, like I said, as Mythic Americas, and they basically did a bunch of it's all native peoples, like it's ancient people. So there's like a Sioux nations, or there's a Lakota war band, and then they expand. There's a bunch in North America, and then they expanded it into South America and Mesoamerica. So there's like the Aztecs. There's a whole bunch of them, and then people have been asking for Mythic Europe and Mythic Asia and Mythic Africa, and they're like, okay, cool. So they're going to expand it and do everything else. But the minis are really cute. Or I shouldn't say cute. They're really cool. One of my favorites is the Wendigo. That model is just awesome. And they told me the name. I can't think of the name. They're like these like killer whale monsters. They're part of the Inuit faction.
Okay.
So they look like if you gave a killer whale like 4 legs like a bear.
Okay.
So like their flippers end in like claws so they can come up on land. But they look like killer whales. So they have like the tail and the big fin, and they have the killer whale head, but the idea is they can come up and they can like eat you.
Right.
But super cool. Yeah, Sean, I'm surprised that Mantic didn't promote their other new game, Epic Warpath. But so they're going to expand out. I think they currently have 9 factions that are all in the case there. Like the bottom shelf is all the main ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 there, and then there's 2 more that are on the shelves. So I think there's 9.
Right.
But really, really cool. And they did a Kickstarter, I want to say last year, that's the Mythic Earth setting as a role-playing game.
Okay, cool. Excellent. But we're going to have, as a surprise, we're going to have Nelson on next week.
Yeah,
talking about Mythic Americas. So if it sounds interesting, we're going to have him on next week. You'll be able to learn a lot more about it all and get to see some of the cool minis, and hopefully these orca bear shark things.
Yeah, they told me the name. I can't think of it.
Yeah, we'll have to find out. I'm excited. Very cool. Excellent. Oh, sorry, just one last thing. For those folks who used to watch Painting Happy Little Minis, pre-COVID, we had Nelson on one episode, and I painted up a Wendigo.
It's a cool model.
It is cool. But and there was also weird games were there.
This picture is so funny to me because their whole vibe is like weird and creepy, and they have like everything's green and black, and then there's the giant smile pink banner at the front of the booth. Like, what's happening?
Well, I think that's the weird and creepy tooth fairy on there. So, but yeah, it is a different. Does have a different vibe to it for sure. But
it'd be like a Call of Cthulhu, like it's all Call of Cthulhu, and then they have like Big Bird. You're like, what is Big Bird doing here? Like,
yeah, Big Bird can be creepy too. Yeah,
Scott, this is all a hologram. They're just promoting Smile.
Yeah, Scott says Malifaux is real. Suck it, Jake.
Dude, there's nothing on there that says Malifaux. That's Weird Games, and they're promoting their new game, Smile.
Actually, yeah, I'm just looking at that photo. I should have gone a bit closer.
Nice try, Scott.
Actually, I think you'll find all of these boxes here. Oh, sorry.
I mean, see, there you go. That's what's on one of those boxes.
All of these boxes here are all Malifaux boxes.
Sure they are.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Sorry, Jake. That's what they are.
I don't believe so. Those all have white tops. I believe that's the RPG that they make through the Looking Glass.
They didn't make one called Through the Looking Glass.
They do indeed.
I think you'll find it's called Through the Breach.
Oh, there you go.
But
still
anyway.
no Malifaux. Anyways, this was really fun. This was directly opposite where we were at 9th level. So there's this big banner, and then to the right, if anybody is an Avatar fan, Avatar: The Last Airbender, not the terrible blue aliens. That's the Cabbage Merchant's cart. So they had a guy cosplaying as the Cabbage Merchant. I think Dave has it it's in the thumbnail that we posted on Build Paint Play. It's the thumbnail that's showing on the page.
Okay.
But yeah, he was really fun. He was doing like, photos of people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I did not watch Avatar. Apparently I think I was like just out of college. I think I was working at Games Workshop when Avatar came out. And it was like, I remember thinking like, oh, that's a kid's show on Nickelodeon.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like a cartoon that was on like Adult Swim or like Cartoon Network. So I was like, I never watched it. And even my brother, I think, was too old to watch it. Or at least to stumble into it on Nickelodeon. But everybody loves it. The current Magic set is all Avatar: The Last Airbender, and it seems really good. I know that the new show that's going to be on, it's either Netflix or Hulu or something. I've heard that that's really good. The live action show, they did like a whole first season. But I guess why the Cabbage Merchant is important is he's like a recurring character where Aang, who's the Airbender, like he shows up with all of his buddies and they like, there's always like a big fight like there is in every cartoon or movie, and they always inevitably end up like wrecking the Cabbage Merchant's like cart.
Okay.
Like, so he's always like, my cabbages, and like this, they look around and there's like, his cart's destroyed, and like he'll take his thing and like leave and go to another town, and then of course Aang and his buddies like show up in that town, and then his cabbages get ruined again. Apparently he's kind of a semi-tragic character that's just a repeat like guy in the episode. So
right. Nice. There you go. Louise says my oldest son is a big fan of Avatar.
And Mark says it's on Netflix.
There we go. So cool. Next up, okay. So painting competition. We've got I think there are 3 cabinets here. There might have been a 4th down at the far end. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, so there were quite a few entries. I say quite a few, probably over 100 entries, which is pretty decent. And they did the judging on Saturday night. I couldn't tell you how many judges they had, but I didn't enter this year. I didn't sort of have the space in my bag to bring up any entries, but there was a pretty crazy mix. I think I
don't think I know what oh no, there's a Grand Admiral Thrawn. Oh, and there's a Skaven on the top left.
Right. They there wasn't they were sort of divided into categories in the cabinets, but I think that hopefully the judges knew what they were looking for as far as which category things would go in. But yeah, the blending work on this guy, I'm not sure it's showing up in the photo too well, but the blending, the volumes and the light were really good. This little plinth sort of diorama was quite cool as well. They need a little bit more focus on the face.
Oh, I can't even see that guy. Oh, now I can't see it at all.
That's a skeleton.
Okay.
Like a graveyard.
I was like, wow. I just thought it was a castle. I was like, I don't understand what that is painted. It's so dark.
Yeah. No, they're like gates to a cemetery.
Oh, okay.
With Morris Lieb behind it. The one of the moons of the old world. But yeah,
I think that's Hela in the green.
Possibly.
I think that's Hela from
MCP.
From MCP. And then that's Grand Admiral Thrawn in front of that.
Yeah. And as you can see, there's just a wide variety of stuff through there. But the quality overall was really good. Really quite good.
Nice.
So yeah, it was great. I was actually talking with, as I mentioned before, I was talking with Matt, who was one of the judges. I spoke with him at Nova earlier this year, and then got a chance to talk to him on Sunday after they'd done the judging. And he said that the approach that they took for the judging the categories was kind of an interesting one. I think they had like 2 or 3 judges, and they go around and they were sort of instructed, okay, in this category, pick your sort of top 3 and then score them according to this rubric. And then so those would then be brought together from each of the judges by the organizer, I guess, and that would determine who got first, second, third in the category.
Nice.
So kind of an interesting.
There's a lot of GW in this one.
Yeah.
I do see some Reaper. There's a Reaper model in there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like 3D printed like online stuff.
Yeah.
Some Star Wars stuff. On the far left, that's what's his name? The Mortark. The Osiark Bone Reaper dude.
Oh, right. Yep.
That's him with all of his guys. You know, that's such a cool model. I love that model.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to convert that into Sanguinius, and Ben's like, "Oh, he's so skinny though." I was like, "Yeah, but Sanguinius is supposed to wear like really thin armor. I think it's kind of a cool kit." I can't think of his name.
Yeah. Starts with a K, I think.
Oh, Catacross. It's Catacross.
There we go. And you would be able to get it together. And then, yeah, you've got a Lord of Change behind there. There's Croak.
The new Lord Croak is so good. And then there's one. It looks like they modified this. They cut one of the two giant squigs.
The Mangler squigs.
Yeah. It's just one of them.
Yeah. There's a Manticore of some kind.
I think that's the dragon you painted. I think that's the Army Painter one.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah, you
think so. It's just really dark. I think that's it though.
Let me see.
And then you've got next to the weird green flames guy, there's that's General Grievous in his weird like mono wheel.
On his mono wheel. Yeah.
And then up the top, like right above that bust is
oh, did you hear that?
No, what?
I just a whole bunch of things falling off my desk.
Oh.
As I was trying to get the dragon.
Yeah, that's the same dragon. It's literally from that angle.
Yeah, that's it. Well spotted.
Thanks, man. Yeah, my spatial awareness game is still pretty strong. Lilith Hesperax is up there on the top.
Yep.
The model to the right of Lilith Hesperax, the yellow like lady that's like her head's cut off.
Yep.
That's I think that's the Cloud Giantess from Reaper.
Okay.
So that's just like a one-piece plastic. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another. I see another Skaven in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some cool stuff. Off to the left, it looks like there's a guy riding a chicken.
Right.
I wish I could tell what that is. It's to the left of the purple weird explosion in the middle.
That purple weird explosion is, I think it's Nightcrawler.
Oh, nice. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Doing a little bamf.
Yeah, on the top shelf to the left of that, it looks like a chicken, and then it looks like there's a guy riding it.
If I'd known we were going to analyze it like this, I would have taken a better photo. But,
I mean, like my favorite thing to do when I see a big, like, especially in a show like Nova or this, where it's like all kinds of stuff. It's way. I think it's fun to try to figure out like where stuff came from. Like when you go to Adepticon, you're like, it's all Games Workshop. Like everybody knows what these are.
The Golden Demon, yeah, for sure. But cool. So there was painting competition. I didn't see sort of who ended up winning, but something that was new this year was a hobby zone area. And Scott, this talks a little bit to the sort of disjointed nature of it all. So the hobby zone area, I think they're trying to, it wasn't a paint and take. It was an area where they had paints, they had lights. You could come along and sit down and do some painting. So a little bit more like the like Fort Wapple at Adepticon or the Hobby Haven at Nova.
Dave, can you go back one photo?
Oh, sorry. Back one photo.
Yeah. Sean, which one's yours? He said it's next to Nightcrawler. To the right or to the left? There's like the weird purple and green cactus thing or whatever. I can't really tell what that is. And then on the left, there's like a blue soldier guy.
Oh, is it? Yeah, don't know who that is. The teddy bear.
Teddy bear is
The teddy bear is to the right of Nightcrawler.
okay.
It's
Yeah.
Malifaux model. That's why you don't
All right.
recognize
Okay. Yeah, I can't really see it. Oh, so he sculpted himself. Nice. Pretty cool.
Cool.
Very
Excellent.
nice. Sean, you'll have to post a photo and Build Paint Play. We'll show it off next week.
Yeah. Excellent. But yeah, so there was the Hobby Zone area, sponsored by Game Envy. I think there was some paints from the Army Painter and also from Two Thin Coats over there. I know that there were some conversations being had amongst some of the sponsors as to what they could do or how it could be done a little bit better next year or what needs to be planned. Sort of
I don't know how much we're allowed to talk about, but it sounds like there's a much better plan for next year. So
yeah. So hopefully some of those loose ends will be sort of brought together.
So that's Chorizo there, right by the Game Envy booth, the little dachshund.
Yep. In there with Sergio's service dog.
Yeah.
There's Chorizo. There's Jamie Daggers. We'll probably have.
I wasn't sure if that was Jamie. I didn't want to guess wrong. I was like, I think it's Jamie, but
yeah. So hopefully we'll have Jamie on early next season.
Nice,
which would be cool.
Chorizo sleeps.
Right. I think I don't know if I put the photo in, but there is a photo of Chorizo in my seat at the Game Envy booth.
Nice.
Sort of propped up so that it looks like he's about to do some painting.
Outstanding.
But yeah.
There was also there was a paint and take that was being run by Games Workshop, and that was like on the other side of it. That was the weirdest thing to me is like it does feel super disjointed.
Yeah.
For a show as big and as well run as PAX is, it's kind of haphazard.
It's one of those things where I keep saying it every year. They're still learning. But until they assign some resources to it, I think it's going to be still going to be as haphazard. This is people who there are people who want things to happen, kind of trying to make things happen, but they can't make it happen in a larger sphere than they can control.
Right.
So, it's kind of an odd one, but we'll get on to that. There was also another company called Lethal Shadows. Yep. Who print, possibly design, but definitely print miniatures that are typically used for role playing. They ran some paid classes up in this area, just sort of to the right of this, with their own brand of paints and the miniatures from their store, and had somebody running people through those classes. In a very
they have some cool minis. They have a lot of like weird, like cute stuff. Like there's like a Cerberus puppy and like a little dragonling, like a wormling, and
I think that's part of their shtick is very definitely like the baby versions of things.
Yeah.
Of monsters. But yeah. So this was some of the Star Wars gaming going on.
Yeah, this hall is ginormous.
Yeah. So this is looking down towards the vendor hall area. Yeah. The Hobby Haven area is sort of just behind us and to the left. So we've got that going on. Just quickly, Scott says, I placed my first order at Verco's Vault store today. Happy to support Gary. I don't think he needs my money, but like, what's he doing for? But I like what he's doing for the community. That's cool. I didn't know they had a store open. Interesting. I'll go and check on that.
I don't really know what they would sell.
Hopefully they're selling my books. Fingers crossed. They have a bunch of them. But yeah, so I'll have to go and check it out. Also, the SCA were there, the Society for Chronic Anachronisms, and they were doing some, basically sort of talking people through the process for fighting in the SCA. So that was pretty cool. All the folks gathered around were enjoying that. And I don't know that I took a photo of it, but basically just behind and to the left was where the HMGS folks were. So HMGS is a historical miniature gaming society.
Okay.
And HMGS East runs Historicon, Fall In, and Cold Wars out here on the East Coast. Basically all of them are in Pennsylvania, which are basically they're the largest historical miniature focused events.
Thanks, Brent. We tried. Dave and I kind of threw this in at the last minute. Like, we went into this being like, take a ton of photos. And then we talked on Sunday morning. He was like, how many photos did you take? And I was like, I have not taken a lot. So walked around and took a bunch of photos.
Yep. But the HMGS crew had probably like 6 or 7 sort of historical games that they brought. So people could sit down and join in the games, play. They didn't have to bring their own stuff, but just to get a taster of what the different scenarios could be, or how historical war games kind of differ. Scott says, yeah, your books are there, Dave. I bought some plinths and a Hera Minis bust.
Doing that bust, yeah.
Out of production mini, I think from Journeyman. Stocking a bunch of the Flawless Fancy Schmancy ranges. That's great. That's great to know. Always, I think the US for a long time or at least North America for a long time, has been lacking in places where you can pick up really cool busts and large scale minis. So good to know that Burkos is going to be filling that gap. And also,
this is Tupac. He is a service dog. He's a Chihuahua. He is super tiny, very sweet. He was super chill. We were just hung out. We came by the booth, and I was like, "Oh, can we pet him?" And she offered. She was like, "Do you want to pet him?" And I was like, "Absolutely. I miss my dog." So,
yeah,
he was pretty cool.
Yep, it's nice that she offered first rather than like when we were in San Diego, and you were like, "Oh, can I pet your dog? Can I pet your dog?" Every dog.
I mean, a lot of people bring their dogs because their dogs are friendly and they like the most. Like my dogs are the same way. My dogs want the attention. My dogs expect to be petted. So, and I think it's hilarious that he's a service dog. But
yep, yeah, no, that's great.
He was chill.
As soon as this came through for me, I was like, "Yep, this is Jake all the way."
I mean, and his name is Tupac. Like, come on.
Yep. Excellent. And there we go. That's the end of our PAX slideshow. Let me just stop that. Click. Stop sharing. There we go. But in general, I know it was very tiring. There was a lot that we did. But how did you feel about this year's show compared to last year, for example, or the previous years that you've been? You weren't there last year, were you?
I don't know. Did I go last year? No, I went the year before. I didn't go last year.
Yeah, Ben went last
year. Yeah, I don't think I went last year. It was good. I mean, I like PAX. A friend of mine summed it up. I think it's the most chill kind of big show because it's not. If the shows I would all kind of throw together would be like PAX Unplugged, Origins, Gen Con, PAX East, like any of the really big, like over the top shows. A lot of times they can be overwhelming because there's even San Diego Comic-Con, there's so much stuff to do. And even though there's a bunch of stuff to do here, you don't have the same pressure as like there's new releases or Dave, we got to run over and get in that line at 10 a.m. because they're doing this new thing. It's the end of the year. So there's nothing getting announced. And like, I mean, other than like maybe a Kickstarter or something, there's nothing getting announced or coming out that you're like, oh God, I have to do that at this show. Like, it's the end of the year. So, and also I don't think it's the best that they do it at the end of November. If I was in charge of this would be like the first week of November.
Right. Okay.
It'd be the first week of November every year. The closer you do a big show like this to Christmas, I think the more it hurts the show.
Right.
Because you're at that point where people are like, oh, Black Friday's next week. We got to save up for all those deals. I got to pinch my pennies. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't think it's a great idea. Like from a retailer perspective, from even a business perspective, I don't think it's a good idea, but from a consumer perspective too, a lot of people we talked to were like, oh, well, I came here with a very limited budget because I got to start shopping for the holidays.
Right.
And even a lot of the sales that we made, people weren't buying stuff for them. They were buying stuff for other people as gifts.
Right.
Which is still cool, but I mean, you know,
at the Game Envy booth, one of the things that I noticed is that there would be couples or there would be groups of friends, and somebody would come along and go, "Oh yeah, that's great. I want to get this," and the other person would be like, sort of basically put their hand and push it down and push it back into the pile, and then that person would come back a little bit later.
Yeah.
And pick it up.
But that's exactly my point. Whereas, like, if you were at Adepticon, you'd be like, "Oh, cool. Well, Dave's gonna buy one, and I'm gonna buy one."
Yeah.
Instead of being like, "Oh, I'll buy that."
The person would come back and buy it for their friend who said, "I really want this for Christmas."
Sure. but like what I'm saying is, like, if you did this show at Gen Con, that means we sell two, because like that person buys one and you're like, well, I kind of want one too. I'm gonna get one.
Right.
But now you're like, well, I'm gonna use my money to buy that thing for you as a gift.
Right. Yeah. I did hear something funny that though there was a couple that came through and
take it easy, Josh.
Oh, catch you, Josh. Have a good one.
Be safe, man.
Oh, sorry. Josh Potter also said more like hysterical miniature gaming society. Historical players aren't as the dour and frumpy rivet counters you might assume.
Nice.
Some of them are, but no, the team that were at PAX were great. But no, they've been to a few booths, and there was one booth that they went to where if somebody was doing some shopping or sort of preparing their partner to do some shopping for them, they gave them like a little handful of arrows, like little wooden, like red arrows that person could then go and place next to items that they wanted and walk off. And then the partner can come up and go, "Oh, okay, I'll get that one and that one." But yeah, something a little bit more subtle kind of approach. But yeah, that was pretty neat. That was good.
But yeah, overall, I mean, it's a fun show. It just feels chill. It's a little more chill. There's tons of stuff to do. There's tons of games to get your hands on. I think it's almost like it's in between Origins and Gen Con.
Yeah.
Like Gen Con is a lot. Like it is like everything's turned up to 11. Like everything is huge. There's a million people there. It's just a lot, but it's also a cool place to try stuff out. Origins is a little more chill and there's less stuff at it, but you have much more time to get your hands on stuff. This feels like it's right in the middle.
Right. Okay.
Like you can still try stuff out and kind of roll your sleeves up and check out a new game or try out something or go do a demo. But it doesn't feel as like pressury as like Gen Con does or sort of like overwhelming as Gen Con does.
Right.
It was fun. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff at it. I think the other big thing for me, like as a business, is like you would ask, like, what do I think was the biggest thing that would impact like us or help us? And there's a lot of like great RPGs that kind of just came out like over the last couple of weeks, and people were able to get them there. Like a lot of the Free League stuff, like the new Alien RPG, the reprint, and the update, I should say. So they had the box set at the booth. They had the new core rulebook at the booth. They had the new supplement at the booth. Coriolis, which is like one of my favorite RPGs, is like a big kind of space opera, super like crazy sci-fi. The new rulebook for that just dropped like 2 or 3 weeks ago. They sold out of that. The One Ring, which is the Lord of the Rings RPG that runs on its own system, they sold out of that. Like a Crooked Moon, we showed off the Evantris game. There's a lot of like really fun RPG stuff that kind of just hit over the last, I would say, 4 weeks or so. So that was kind of cool. Even the stuff we had at 9th level, I was working at the 9th level booth all week. So I forgot to get a photo of that booth. That I should have done that.
I didn't take one because I assumed you had.
Yeah, I didn't. I was like, oh, I'm like obviously. But yeah, we've had Chris on the show before, and 9th level had the new Thunder Road RPG, which was a Kickstarter a while ago. They just finished fulfilling the Kickstarter, so this was the first show you could get it.
Right.
So like that was new. They had another one called Starlee Davidson, which is really clever. But yeah, like there was a lot of really fun RPG stuff that has kind of hit over the last month or so. That this was the first major show you could like get your hands on it. So that was kind of cool.
That's good. Excellent. Okay.
What about you? Was there anything that you saw or noticed that you were like, oh, that's awesome, I've never seen that before, or that's new?
For me, it's always different because I don't have to think about what are my customers going to be looking for or what's going to be good in my store. So usually I spend most of my time like tracking down friends and hanging out, checking on how they're doing and all that sort of thing.
This is a good show for that. I mean, I was trying to do the math. I think there's like 40 or so friends of mine that are at this show that I get to see.
Yep.
That are all industry people. So
some of the things that were cool that I did get at the show. So we saw Nigel Wood.
Yeah, it was awesome to see Nigel.
We're going to have Nigel on in February, I think. Nigel is working with his friend Ronan and Thomas Pirinen and John Blanche to bring to life John Blanche's desire for a 54mm pirate dueling game. I say pirate, it should be like undead pirate dueling game. John's been working on some great concepts, and Nigel and Ronan have been sort of pulling together the resources and the folks to make it happen. And so I got a cool,
pretty cool. He was really funny. I was talking to Nigel about that, and he was like, I was like, how'd you end up getting into this? And he's like, we were all kind of hanging out. He goes, and I'm really fortunate. Apparently John really likes me. So I was like, okay. He's like, so we were kind of all sitting around talking about like, you know, GW back in the day and stuff that we like and games and whatnot. And, you know, it just kind of came up in conversation. We were like, John, is there anything that you ever wish that they had put out at Games Workshop that you really wanted to see? And John thought about it for a minute, was like, I always wanted them to make like a dueling game.
Yep.
And they were like, why don't we just make that game? And then he was like, okay. So John like went home, and I guess over the course of like a couple of weeks, he had this like giant like ream of like artwork that he had done. He had like cranked out all these like figure sketches. And I mean, like I think like a lot of artists, like once you kind of get that bug and you're doing something you really like, you just like crank stuff out. So they were like, hey, like draw us up a couple of like, you know, images we can use and stuff we can draw on. And instead he was like here and handed them like this giant pile of like work that he had like cranked out.
Yep. So that'll be cool to have Nigel on to talk about that project. Thanks.
Mark, I did see Ross. I saw Ross a couple times actually. I saw him at the Gamma party, and I saw him at the 9th level party.
Excellent. I missed Ross completely. I didn't get to see him at all, which is a bit of a shame. But as I say, I also got.
Oh yeah, that's Alan's magic cards.
Alan's magic cards. Yep.
Terramorphic Expanse and Lost in Space, and Alan's been doing his cool cyber 3D signature.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
No. Damn. Anyway, yeah. So that was cool to get that. And also, a friend of mine, Tom Roach, gave me a copy of.
I have that.
Yep, the Necro Nom Nom Nom, which is a basically H.P. Lovecraft inspired cookbook. So
let me know how those recipes are.
Yeah, there's the side dish not to be named. The shogulash.
Nice.
The fishes from outside. Formless spaghetti.
So my wife is a great cook, and I got this for her. I got a copy, I think at Gamma, and I gave it to her, and she was like, "Oh, funny," and like put it on a shelf. And it's like I don't think she's ever touched it.
Hasn't cooked anything from it. Investigator Gumbo is should be an interesting one. But yeah, so loads of fun stuff. But yeah, I've known Tom sort of pretty much since he since he worked on this. It's about 8 years ago, and I said, "How's it going?" He said, "It's going really well." So it's distributed by Countryman Press, which apparently do about some 2/3 of the cookbooks in the US.
Nice.
And they've sold 100,000 copies.
That's pretty good.
Pretty wild. But they have also have a rum. Somebody has licensed the sort of Necronom Nom Nom and made a rum that he was doing tastings of over in the Reading Terminal Market liquor store. So,
do we have any minis from the community tonight or no?
We do. So, do you want to jump into those? I was just showing like cool things that I got. But
do you have anything else? I mean, I like the rum. The rum makes me want rum, but I'm assuming you don't have any of that.
I didn't get any of the rum. No, sorry about that. But yes, we do have some minis. Let's jump in and have a look at those. It's pretty quiet on minis this week, but we do have some really good ones. So, of course, I've been going to that way too early. Why am I doing that? Here we go. First up, we've got Ben Fails. Who's this group? Something to do with Hashut.
That's the Horns of Hashut.
Horns of Hashut. There we go.
This is an ancient photo. Like this is that's the old location. That's from like 2 years ago at least.
Well, I don't know that the Horns of Hashut been out that long.
So I know what our store looks like. Like, see the green background and the overhead lights. Like that's the old location. Like we haven't been there since. It's been 2 years. Like last month.
Wow, I didn't realize it'd be 2 years.
So maybe he's just playing some Warcry and he pulled this photo out of his phone or something. But yeah, this is not a new photo.
When I posted a photo in the group about using the Warcry Corvus Cabal as Heretic Legion for Trench Crusade.
Yeah.
He posted this and said, "Oh, maybe I should build a Knights of Avarice warband."
Oh, maybe using these guys. Yeah, that makes sense.
Which would be just fine.
Yeah. The terrain in this kit is amazing.
Yeah, it is insane.
That's the Heart of Gurbox, I believe.
Yeah, it's there in the background there.
Nice.
But no, they look great. Nice work, Ben. And yeah, definitely use them for Knights of Avarice. I want to go and get these guys now and work on another warband.
Nice. Dave, to answer your question, yes, it is the same vibe as the Necronomicon. That's the kind of the whole shtick. It's kind of tongue in cheek and it's kind of funny, but yeah, it has the same art style on the front and the same font and stuff. And
yeah, definitely. Next up, Bing posted these Stone Troopers.
Yeah, these are Archie Troopers. I forget. They're the guys with the weird like cone heads. I can't remember the name of them.
Yeah.
ARF. I think they're ARF troopers.
ARF. Okay. What's that? What do you think that stands for?
I have no idea.
Is it Reaction Force? Something like Reaction Force?
Maybe.
Yeah. I don't know, but I am very definitely loving Bing's work on his Shatterpoint minis. And I'm going to say, it might sound weird, but I'm particularly loving the way that the photography and the pigments on the base are interacting. It's got a crazy luminosity to it.
You are correct, Dave. It is Advanced Reaction Force.
Or Advanced Recon.
Advanced Recon Force.
Yeah, there we go. That makes more sense. They do look a bit more scouty, but Bing, they're looking very cool.
Yeah, I like those guys.
Do some more. Next up, Brendan Bell. So Brendan this weekend was out in Peoria, Illinois at Hank's Place for one of the spray teams. I think it was like the second spray team of the season.
That's some cool terrain.
Yeah, so this is for the I think they painted a lot of Age of Sigmar stuff. It was kind of funny. I got a text from Brendan on Saturday saying, if you painted this as your sort of base color, what would you highlight this with? Probably with this color. And he goes, okay, cool, we've got some of that. And then
Mark, yeah, this looks, I think this is all 3D printed.
Yeah, definitely. So Hank has I can show one of the pictures that Brendan sent, which was basically, Hank has a big filament printing farm. I think he's got like 7 or 8 printers. But yeah, churning out loads and loads and loads of terrain for Adepticon. So I think I'll be going out to one in January. So it should be good. But this looks great, Brendan. Glad that you're enjoying learning about loads of spraying and airbrushing. Next up, Chris Kemig.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he was away at the Firex event.
Yeah, so this is we showed some photos last week.
Yeah.
One of the photos, I just want to mention, one of the photos had like no terrain on it. And we're like, that looks kind of weird. And he said that the player, there had originally been terrain on that table. The players just decided to take it off and run the sort of big slobber knocker. So
Yeah, he won Master Artificer.
yeah, so that's essentially like best painted for the event. Here are some other tables they had. So this very cool trench table with
That could be a Trench Crusade table.
it could be absolutely that could be perfect for Storm the Shores.
I like the giant piles of brass shells.
Yeah. Yep. Looks great. This was somebody's crazy Dark Mechanicum army, I think.
That giant worm thing, we ran into that in one of the events they were doing at Adepticon.
Yeah. Oh, so this is like the kind of a ringer or a GM controlled.
I'm assuming.
Right. It does look cool though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
When I initially saw this, like I was looking at the picture from a distance, I thought that was a drop pod, one of the like Charybdis drop pods.
It does have that vibe. I believe it's all a 3D kit.
Right. It probably is, yeah.
But really, really cool.
And this construction site.
We do like a big crane.
Yeah. So definitely cool. I think my concern here would always be that I would reach across or I would move my arm and knock the whole crane over onto like, and the entirety of it would fall on somebody's army.
I would make sure that if this model was on a table, I would make sure that the bottom was like really heavy. Like I would like I'd put like 4 rolls of nickels in that base or something. Like I'd make sure it is heavy.
I'd be tempted to bolt it to the table, but yeah, no, it's definitely great. I'm glad you sent these through, Chris, so we can see some of the other setups. Looking good. I mentioned that I painted 4 models at the show.
These are great.
So
2 of your Crow Warrior dudes and like your old school orc guy.
Yep. And then
what's the Votan guy called?
The like a McNeill strategist. But yeah, so he's fun.
I like that he's like this.
Yeah. Well,
it's his thumbs.
No, it's his fingers. It's his index finger.
Not unless he has 6 fingers. It isn't.
I've got the model right here. It is.
I mean, I'm counting his fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Count away, my friend.
he's got there's 8 fingers like this.
I'm wrong. There we go. I am wrong. That is his thumbs. Good job.
That's why I was like, not unless he has 6 fingers. It's not like
I was sure it was kind of steepled like that, and the thumbs were back here, but they aren't.
That's what I thought it was at first. But like if you count, because you can see this part of his hand.
The thing is, he's mechanical, so
yeah.
It's not going to have a human number of. It doesn't necessarily have to have a human number of fingers.
That's why I said if he has 6 fingers, yeah. It's a cool model though. I do dig that guy. Is he a Votan or is he one of the ancients that's like a robot?
He's an Ironkin.
Okay, so he's an Ironkin.
He's essentially he's an artificial intelligence in a robot body.
Nice.
They treat them all the same. Like
they're super cool.
Votan are the same. But yeah, he can. But basically, he's as I said, McNeill strategist. So his whole deal is about working out where it's going to be best for directing fire on the table.
Like his whole like weird Infinity Stone setup.
Yeah. I could have painted them all the same, but I wanted to have a little bit of a different sort of thing going on. I made sure that the jade of his sleeves was then sort of had the jade up here, so you create that triangle that moves it around, moves your eye around. But yeah, it was good. It was fun painting up there. Jeff Smith has been painting up some more Emperor's Children, which is cool. So what are these? The flawless blades?
Yeah, those are the faultless blades.
Faultless blades. Faultless blades. Not bad. But yeah,
they're cool. Those models have a lot going on. I do find it hilarious that they're all wearing like crop tops.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Like they all have their abs showing. Like it's kind of hilarious.
Well, if you got abs like that, you want to show them off, right?
Yeah.
I expect. I've never had abs like that, so.
And then I think some of the helmeted heads that come in this kit are cool, and I think that there's a ton of great helmeted heads in the I think just the Noise Marine kit.
Yep.
The guy on the left, the banana heads, I'm not a fan of.
Right. Yep. Hank has just joined us. This is late, but here.
Nice.
You just missed us talking about Brendan being at spray team. So
we were.
Yeah. And Jeff has painted up some more Noise Marines.
Yeah, those models are great.
Yeah.
They're so old school. I love that they really leaned into the whole Jess Goodwin aesthetic of his like first handful of sculpts. Like you're like, oh, it's a whole box of them instead of like 2 of the same sculpt.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, those models are great.
Looking good, Jeff. Nice one. Next up, Josh Potter. So I think in his post, Josh called this the OG linebacker. But this is for his Sea Dog Games mech game.
Right.
This is a 10mm scale.
Okay.
But you can see the paint pot behind it there.
Yeah, it's pretty good size.
That's huge. Yep.
It's like a dreadnought.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I didn't scale wise. Like in game, it would be.
Oh no! In game, it's big. It's BattleTech. It's BattleTech as a game, but it's just like it is a different scale. It's 10 instead of 6. You said. Right.
Yeah. But definitely cool. Sorry. Hank says had a few Megaforce newbies this past weekend. Brendan only had to call a friend a couple of times.
Nice.
But yeah, so Megaforce is the movie that is watched at every single spray team.
Dude, it's so good.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you the last time I watched Megaforce. It's been decades since I've seen that movie.
I could tell you it was for me. It was last January when I was at spray team.
Nice.
And my favorite part now is just watching the reaction of people who have never seen it before.
Oh, okay.
That's my favorite part. But nice work, Josh. Luis posted a photo of his new display cabinet that he got.
So he's got some Raven Guard incursors on the right, and the Phobos armor. There's a Phobos Lieutenant.
He's got his who are the jump pack?
Oh, the Dark Furies.
Dark Furies. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got one of his they're the Raven Guard dudes that were red. I forget what they're called. They're a very specific detachment.
Right. That's the squad of Counterfracty. Yeah.
Yeah. He's got one in the back on the left. And then he's got Yndrastra, which is a great model.
Yeah. But he said he realized that he needs to paint some more models.
Yeah, once you have a case, you got to fill it.
Yeah, absolutely. Then get a second one.
You know, I need to get some I forget what they're called. There's a company that makes them. It's like a plexi riser.
Right.
It's shaped almost like a U. You know what I mean? But it's like it's flat, so it's like there's like a square, and then there's like a lip, and then there's like another square. Because I have all the impulsors and all the tanks and stuff. Like they look really cool, but they take up so much space, and I'm like, oh, where am I gonna put all the dudes? So I was like, I think I'm gonna put the repulsors like on the top one, and then have all the guys underneath. But I gotta get a bunch of them for my case. Yeah. It's really nice, but it only has 3 shelves. So if I get those, I could basically fit twice as many models.
Yeah, no, that's a good plan for sure.
But
yeah, excellent. Next up, Mike Hughes.
Nice.
And Mike painted up the
Red Gobbo's Tin Boy.
Yep.
He's pretty cool. I just sent one of these to Matt Bowles like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay, cool. Nice. It'd be great to see Matt painted up as well. But yeah, Mike's done an awesome job there. Very wonderful Christmas colors. That green, green on the the Christmas cracker.
Yeah, it's like the candy cane pattern. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's super vibrant.
The smoke and fire on the 2 fuses are great. Like there's the one coming out of the bag, and then there's the one that he's holding.
Right. Yep. No, they definitely look great. Sam Lenz in his latest video just painted up this guy as well. Did a little conversion, replaced the feet with blades, and has him kind of like skating across an oval base.
I got the Tin Boy looks like a Vestroyan.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
That's pretty cool though.
But yeah, nice one, Mike. Looks great.
That's awesome.
And then we've got Patrick. So
Pat's busting out some what are these, Casterkin?
Yep. Looking good. And he's started with his sponged or stippled chocolate chip camo.
Nice. Yeah, and then you go back, he's got to do the 3 white dots and then the little black dot in them.
Right.
That'll be classic. They look awesome. I mean, it's such a nice kit. And I think a lot of the guard stuff works really, really well for like traditional camo. If you can pull it off, I think it looks awesome.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Definitely looking cool.
Thanks, Kat.
Yep. There we go. Excellent. Okay. So I think that is it. Yeah. So there we go. Next week, episode 18 for season 7.
Nice.
We'll have Nelson Martinez on talking about Mythic Americas.
Very cool.
And we do have guests lined up for episodes 19 and the season finale 20, which is cool. So we've got John Ninas for episode 19, Ninjon. He's going to be talking about the deck of many colors. And we'll have Phil, the Glacial Geek, in for the final episode of the season.
To close out the year.
It'll be like a wrap-up of all the cool things we saw and did and enjoyed over the course of 2025. So,
oh, God. Well, I
believe it. We're almost there.
Yeah, seriously. We can see that we just got to run through the tape.
Yep.
Who's Bolter Brains?
Bolter Brains. I don't know. Oh, hello, Bolter Brains. Welcome to the.
I mean, I like that nerd gang Vulcan science. Why that's pretty great.
Absolutely.
But well, listen. I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving. Be safe for the next couple of days. I know travel's bananas.
No.
I was watching the news and they were talking about how like, oh well, now that the government shutdown's over, will travel be better? And they were like, it's going to take a while for travel to get kind of caught up. And I was like, I am thankful I'm not traveling for the holidays. But
yep, absolutely.
Oh, is it Patrick?
Okay.
It's probably Patrick with one of his like 700 like aliases he has.
Yep, for sure.
But yeah, I hope everybody has a great and relaxing couple of days. I'm stoked. Normally I have Wednesdays off, so I have tomorrow off and then Thursday off, which is going to be great because I'll have a couple of days to like catch up, and then it's Black Friday, so it'll be bananas.
Then it's yeah.
Yeah, I know we're doing a bunch of fun stuff. We're gonna do like double shield points for anybody who buys anything, and we have a bunch of stuff that'll be like on sale and marked down. We have a bunch of in-store specials too. But yeah, it should be a good time. I'm excited. Anything else, Dave? Anything you want to add or throw in there? Or?
No, I think we're all good. So yeah, everybody enjoy themselves. Have a safe time. Paint some minis. Post them in the Facebook group.
For sure.
We'll show them all off next week.
Yeah. And if I know that who just said, so somebody said he has some Mythicos. If anybody has any of the Mythico stuff, definitely post it. Like we'll show it off next week when Nelson's on the show.
Absolutely. Cool.
But yeah, if anybody needs anything, as always, you guys can message the Facebook page or any of the other social media stuff, and hopefully Corey will get back to you.
Yep.
Yeah. Hopefully the good guys should always win, Hank. I agree.
In the 80s.
But everybody be safe. If you guys need anything, reach out to us. Until then, take care of yourselves. Be safe out there. And as always, do not forget to build, paint, play.
Yeah.
Shut up and sit down.